I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. Time to stand strong, need to move on.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? I was going back and forth whether or not I was going to getting things done, starting. Dog food, friendly. Dog's dog food. Hello, Shauna. Hello, JJ. Everybody listening, hello. I made homemade dog food for the week. I did it last week too. I ran out a couple of days early. They loved it, by the way. But I ran out a couple of days early. So this week I kind of tweaked the recipe a little bit and, made more. So they have not, do I? Of course I do.
Is this any better? Is this any better? Hopefully this is okay, awesome. So what I was saying was I've been getting things done around the house this morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to go live or not. I was listening to Cindy, enjoying myself. I cleaned out my car and wiped everything down. And while I was in the driveway, cleaning out my car, I feel something brush the back of my leg and I turn around and Oliver is at my feet. I had them in their dog lot in the back. He is at my feet. And I'm like, how is this little shit getting out? So I take him around and I put him back. I walk away. I go around the corner and I like peek around to see where he's getting out at. So I found where he was getting out from and I fixed it. I called my husband and he told me where the stuff was to fix it. So call me, Miss Handy Lady today. So I fixed the dog lot, and by that time, Cindy was finished. And it's getting a little hot outside now, so I was like, well, I'll finish this later. I guess I'll go live. So here we are. I have not been live much at all this month, and it shows. It's really going to show with my YouTube check this month. Not grifting, just talking. But yeah, it's really going to show whenever I get paid next month from YouTube. But it's okay. Everybody needs a break sometimes, right? Shauna, JJ, Bliss Chris, Snurk, Black Swan. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? I enjoy when JJ goes live. I enjoy myself. She always does good live streams. So what are you guys up to? And another thing, if this dog food recipe, if it works out better this week, then I will be recording myself doing it next week and giving you the recipe. So yeah, they have not tried it yet, which I'm sure they're going to love it. They absolutely ate it up last week. What is this? No, nothing important. So yesterday I was asked if I would go over Heidi's live from yesterday. I was like, well, yeah, I guess. I was like, I'm not subscribed to her. I I never know what she's talking about over there. I was like, yeah, if you want me to go over it, I will. So that's what we're doing today. I listened to the beginning of it, just like 5 minutes of it, and it was talking about people talking about kids, people's children, which, is kind of funny since Maria loves to bring up my children. And she talked about my children in her community tab at the beginning of the week. So, it's kind of funny to me. So, yeah. What are you guys doing? It's been a busy morning. My husband calls me whenever I'm on the phone with him, telling him Oliver's gotten out and this is how he's getting out. He was like, "Are you coming down here today?" And I'm like, "Well, it's already noon. I don't know. I thought about it, but I don't know. I doubt it. It's an hour to get down there, then an hour back. So I doubt it."
Live. And I didn't finish 11's live because I didn't want to hear anything about Brooks' kids. But again, here we go. We have an outrage when someone is speaking on Brooks' kids. I'm just going to say it. We have an outrage when someone is speaking on Brooks' kids. But then we have William Brooklyn, who called a woman a bad mother, said that she hated her son and she needed to join him. If that was said about Brooks' kids, 11's kids, anybody else's kids, as we say on this side, they would be ostracized. But
Exactly. But Maria has been talking about people's kids as long as I can remember, and before that, she did a whole community post at the beginning of the week speaking about my children and my parenting. That's okay, right? Because it's Maria. No, no. If it's not okay for one, it's not okay for anybody. And I hear that I get spoken about in this, and Maria does come up on panel. Um, yeah, about 40 minutes from now. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
yet they welcome this man in their chats. Like there's nothing wrong with what he said because it was said over there.
Exactly. And William Brooklyn is disgusting. Just he's a disgusting man, and he should not be allowed anywhere. That's my opinion. My opinion. The things that he said about Maureen Moe and her son is fucking disgusting. Disgusting. And and not only that, but all the other things that he has said about people, all of the stock account names that he has had about people. I mean, mostly Jules and Jules's mother. I mean, fuck Jules, number one, fuck Jules. But it's not okay. It's not okay. No matter who it was, it's not okay. And I don't know why this man is still allowed everywhere.
I heard a clip the other day where he wished death on Amzie, Britters, and who else was it? I forgot the other person's name.
Michelle, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, girl. I don't have nothing set up here to see who won said memberships. Thank you, girl. It's really going to help because, like I was saying before you got here, that I've not been live much this month, and it's really going to show on my YouTube check next month. Bliss Chris, Sarah with the Q, Rabbit, Kells, and Mod 148. Congratulations, guys. You got a membership, girl. Yes.
All because they said rest in peace to real. But that's okay.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. So William Brooklyn wished death on EMZs and Britters and whoever else's children because they said rest in peace real. William, you need to be ashamed of yourself. Real liked you. Real considered you a friend until, but you do this on everybody's panel, I've noticed. You do this everywhere. You get on panel and you say, oh, I'm going to get in trouble tomorrow for being on this panel. Oh, they're going to take away my wrench for being on this panel. And you did the same thing to Real, and Real kept trying to tell you, so what? So what? If you're over here, I consider you my friend. Why would you care what people thought? And I believe, I can't speak for Real, but from what I saw and what I heard, Real got tired of that. And he was like, well, if you're going to get in trouble and you're that worried about it, just don't come back. It's pretty much what he said. But William Brooklyn has some major fucking issues. And I know he's probably going to come at me next for for speaking my mind, for speaking how I feel. Just a couple minutes. I've been live for 10 minutes, Cindy. No worries. No worries. Hey, Wind Whispers. Hey, Martin's mommy. How you doing, Cindy? Cindy, I was bragging on you, how much I enjoyed your live stream and all the things I was able to get done while listening to your live. But yeah, welcome. But again, William is probably going to come at me next for speaking my mind on his actions, and I don't care. I don't care. Just add one more to the fucking list, I guess, right? But he's disgusting and he should not be allowed anywhere.
People that you like. That's okay, because it doesn't affect you at this moment. If we hold one accountable, we hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. If we hold one accountable, we hold them all accountable. And Maria needs to be on that list of being held accountable for talking about people's children.
Oh, JY said some of the nastiest shit about women. Really? Really? I hear a lot of people doing the same shit.
Yeah, me too.
I just got a clip last night that was so disgusting.
Yes, exactly, Shyla.
Did their deed on somebody's throat.
Zeus, I have been meaning to message you, dude. I have been worried about you from the last time that you and me spoke and the things that was going on. I have been worried about you, and I've been meaning to message you. I bought a second home and I've been renovating. I've been looking for a tenant for my house, and I'm going to be moving into the new place. It's kind of like a tiny house living. Yay! Doing big things in Canada, Zeus. Doing big things. I'm proud of you. He does, Michelle. He needs to shut all the way up. He does. He does. I agree.
He wanted to watch the life go out of somebody's eyes. But that's okay, because you don't like that person. Hi, Lack. See, Lack, I don't watch Jules, and I'm sorry, I don't know what she said about you. If Savage doesn't play it, or well, that's the only one that really plays her. I don't watch.
Lacey, everybody. Jules is lying on everybody's name. And I just have to stop for a second. As we speak, there are 2 baby deer walking through my yard. It looks like a baby and a teenager. Like the baby still has spots. No, they're both little. Now that the other one's turned around, they're both little. I got 2 baby deer walking through my yard right now. Too bad laptops don't have rear-facing cameras, so I'll show you guys.
Watch her, so I don't know. You can tell me what she said, because I don't know. I don't watch her at all.
But what I was saying, Lacey, Jules lies on everybody's name. You should be used to it by now. I am. I'm used to it by now. She just lied on JJ. When was it? Yesterday or the day before? I mean, it's normal. And me calling you Lacey is not homophobic. I don't hate you because you're gay. I don't. I don't hate you because you're gay. LAC. There's no L period A period C. There's not that. Then I would call you Lack or something else. But when I first seen your name I seen Lacey, so that's what I called you, and that's what I'm still going to call you, and that's what I'm forever going to call you is Lacey. That does not make me homophobic. I'm the furthest thing from fucking homophobic.
At all. Then I hear that Terry Time is calling me a poodle kicker again. I got that information last night too. Never kicked a poodle. It was a fucking joke. And if anybody
Hey,
that was in that chat
allegedly.
knew it was a joke, because Amber was trying to potty train her dog at the time.
Right, JJ. Blatantly
And I told her,
lied.
this is how I potty train my dog. I threw it across the room. It went.
Blatantly lied on JJ. I said something to somebody in Deadly's chat. Raken, I guess, was watching, and she come in and said something and corrected something, and she had made a couple comments. JJ came in the chat and said something, and she was not having the time of her life in there, Jules. She made one comment against whatever was being said on panel, and that was it. She didn't say nothing else. That does not make her having the time of her fucking life. Okay? It doesn't.
Sliding across. Now, this is a miniature poodle. It's a goddamn joke. Good morning, Sarah motherfucking Z. Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I thought it was a call that I was waiting on. Let me turn off my ringer. So I don't know what she said about you, like. I really, really don't. I really don't. She already dirty deleted, but said I was 2 different stock accounts in the Hive and Miss Liability, and said I sit in Deadly's chat and egg him on for fun. Show the proof. She's always calling out somebody.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Who cares? I thought Miss Liability was Cooch. Isn't that what Jules has always said? Now it's Lacey? Come on.
He doesn't know who the fuck they are. She said just Beetle. Crazy Cat Mama was just Beetle. You were wrong on that one. I know I have, and I definitely have. I've asked.
Hey, Raken. She is an asshole like that.
But I did say
exactly, Martin's mommy. Exactly.
I've asked. I was sent links to Square's channel. I've never been in Square's channel. Never. Nor do I care to hear what Square is saying. As long as he comes in here and he's respectful, I don't care. I don't know anything about workyverse, jerkyverse, whatever the fuck it is. I don't. So I don't. But like we know that you're not, well, at least I know you come in here under your name. You have no problem going anywhere under your name and saying what you have to say. So to say that you're someone else is kind of fucking stupid.
It's all stupid.
That stand in what they say. They have no problems in going into chats and saying what they have to say. I don't want you to put that under a sock account. Now we all know that Sarah motherfucking Z, that's not her name, but that's the name she has. Whatever she has to say, she's going to say it. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Any platform I'm on, you'll see my name is Heidi Black. That'll be Twitter. It's H Black. That'll be TikTok. That'll be Instagram. I do have an Instagram for T-Sippers, which is what I call, I know I'm going to change it. I don't believe in speaking on people's family members.
Me neither.
Dead or alive. Nope, you're never afraid to come out under my, never.
She was watching, of course. Yes.
She is a failure, and I've said it, and I don't give a shit, and I didn't go under a sock account and say it. It's sad that you go live every day, and try to pick apart somebody's life when you're sitting in a 2x4. I'm gonna say a 2x4. I don't know how big it is. With some, and you have no fucking life. You have nothing to show for your 50-something years. But you want to sit there and make fun of everybody else. I couldn't believe some of the shit I was hearing. So I got a clip, and you know me, I'm not just gonna listen to the clip. I'm gonna go 5 minutes before. I'm gonna go to that stream, maybe 6-7 minutes, it depends, and then I'm gonna listen for another 6-7 minutes after.
So I just got a link. Hey, Lance, how are you? I just got a link from Geneva's community tab. Again, I never see anybody's community posts unless somebody's like, hey, have you seen this? Or, hey, look at this. Sends it to me. I never see it. So I'm going to read it. It's from 11 hours ago. It says, I have no idea what to even say about the absolute steaming pile of microaggression I just heard. It was nothing short of spectacularly appalling. Mona, how are you the quote unquote black and brown people you know quote unquote different? Quote unquote different than what? FYI, Ruby and Lindsay at Danielle Robertson, blah, 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 does not have an accent, nor is she difficult to understand. And me, myself, and Muzz, what exactly does it mean to be white, white? Who are you to say what Heidi and Danny have experienced as people of color in this country? I guess we should excuse you, just like you excused Zeus's racist rhetoric because y'all are Canadian. Get the fuck out of here. First pick is from tonight's shit show. Second pick is the horrendous convo between Shitty Kitty and Mona spewing hatred for Danny. Mona says, I call out Nazis. Lindsay says, I can't. And Lindsay says, no, Danny does not have an accent and she speaks perfect English. I can understand every word, every syllable she says. Lindsay says, I can't understand Danny. Did she say you said one was a better black person than the other? Mona says, I can't, with a laughing face. Ruby says, Lindsay, it's not just me. Her accent too hard for me to hear. Hey, Ghost of Shadows, my friend, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're looking, your weekend coming up is fun filled. I don't know. But hello. I know Martin's mommy. I know. Let's see. Ruby says, Lindsay, it's not just me. Her accent is too hard for me to hear her. Lindsay says, stand in your truth, Muzz. I don't know. Can somebody tell us what a black accent is? Asking for myself and Martin's mommy. Lindsay says, stand in your truth, Muzz. Never mind. Never mind. Mona says, I have a black and brown friends here in Norway, and they are totally different. Of course they're totally different. They're in a different country. A different, never mind. Mona says, the lies Danny spews out of her mouth are disgusting. And then the next screenshot from Shitty Kitty says Danny is breaking the law, but she's black, y'all, and in America in 2023. This is an old screenshot, obviously. In 2023, black people are allowed to do anything they want with no question or repercussions. It may sound crazy, but it's 100% true. She's the true racist and the wow, really, Shitty Kitty? She is the true racist and the real whore. Who the fuck are you? Number one, to call somebody a whore, to call somebody racist. And then it says, disgusting women, they don't deserve anything. Gag hate themselves. Uh, Petty Kitty said that, Martin's mommy. Right, exactly, Cindy. I don't know, Michelle. I don't know. I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know. I used to love Mona, but this, well, maybe it is the Mona that I've always known, and I just didn't know that Mona was this way. Accents have nothing to do with your race. It's where you're raised. I used to try to hide my Baltimore accent. I don't really hear it anyways, but I don't give a fuck now. Exactly. And I know I still talk quote unquote country and quote unquote hillbilly, but I don't think that my country accent is as bad as a lot of people's country accent around here. And I've tried to kind of calm it down for you guys some, but wow, that's from those group messages that got leaked on Reddit. Really, Shyla? Hmm. Same, same, Michelle, same. Like, this is not, maybe this is the Mona that I've always known. I just didn't know that Mona was this way. Sorry, not sorry. Same, same, Cindy, same. My country accent gets stronger the angrier I become. And I'm sure you guys have seen that and heard that, but it does. I know, Martin's mommy, I know. But you know how people talk about, I guess because I'm from West Virginia and I speak country that I'm automatically stupid, you know? Excuse me. All right, let's get back to this.
Where I was sent. And I'm going to say this, Bambi, when I spoke to you on IG last week, we did have a long conversation, but it wasn't just about crazy purple Kirby lady. I asked you what happened. Okay. You're telling me that she was coming into chats because she was in there. And I told you that she's always been in my chats, even when I was on the channel with Amber. We spoke about your whole situation with Square. Again, we spoke about the Angel Gotti thing and how you kept wanting to say that she was glorifying her dad as a gangster. And I told you no. She spoke about John Gotti, the man. I asked you about the whole Square situation. You told me you were done with it. After the night before, you were done with it.
Apparently so, Cindy,
You
yeah.
move on and do your content. Well, shit, I hear for the last 4 or 5 days. No, I'm sorry, 5, 6 days. You've been in the thick of it.
Yeah,
Good morning,
yes.
Carol. I did not appreciate you bringing up my name on someone else's channel, making it sound like we had this long talk about crazy purple Kirby lady, and we didn't.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't appreciate it. Like anytime, like, because I know you, after all this time, I know you go in and say what you have to say. And you and I have never seen eye to eye on a lot of things. And that's when I was on a panel with JY, and you've always tried to reach out or give me advice, and I never tried to take it or didn't want to hear it. And when I was asked by T to unblock you, I've never blocked you since, because you stand in what you have to say. So again, I told you that you said, oh, it was a clip. I said, no, I went before and I went afterwards. You insinuated that we had a long.
And that's what, whenever, and I say this mostly about content creators, and I'm glad to hear Heidi say this, is that if you guys are sent something, you need to go listen to it for yourself, not just that little clip, because it can be taken out of context. You need to listen to a few minutes before and a few minutes after the clip that you are sent, so you kind of get the whole picture, if you will, of what's actually being said. That way you don't look stupid whenever you go live and you pop off on somebody, and that wasn't the situation at all.
Long talk. No, not insinuated. This was your words. Oh, and yes, I had a long talk with Heidi Black, and she knows the truth. What I know is what we discussed.
She's talking about right now. She's talking about. Hold on.
You told me that.
Right now, she's talking about Bambi, Black Swan. But a few minutes ago, she was talking about people talking, getting, outraged because people talk about Brooks kids and William Brooklyn saying the horrible things that he said about Maureen Moe and her son. And I brought up that Maria needs to be put on that list as well, because Maria has always talked about people's families and people's children. She just talked about me and my children at the beginning of the week, this week. But don't worry, Maria's going to be coming up on panels soon because I'm brought up.
You told me you couldn't be in a chat with Mustard Squirrel. You told me that Deadly was going to block him because you couldn't be in a chat with Mustard Squirrel. But goddamn, have you not been in a chat and on the panel?
Sure as fuck has. Sure as fuck has. Like it don't bother her at all. My observations. I heard that this morning, Ghost of Shadows, and I also want to bring up something that Bambi spoke about this morning. At the beginning of her live, Lefty, not real Lefty, the other MobTube Lefty. And if I hear the word junkie one more fucking time, I'm going to fucking scream. Scream. The way that she talked about, I mean, I don't know. Listen, you know me, I don't get triggered much for anything, right? But that dude, MobTube Lefty, he triggers the fuck out of me. He does. He triggers the fuck out of me, and I can't watch him. I can't look at him. I can't listen to him. Right. Stop addict shaming. Stop it. Stop. Because karma has a strange way of putting you in that person's shoes, whether it's yourself or a family member or a close friend. Karma has a strange way of putting you in that person's shoes and making you eat your fucking words. Yeah. Is he deadly? Because according to what Bambi was saying today, that he's a junkie and he's not sober. I thought I'd heard you say that. And when I was listening to Bambi this morning say what she was saying about MobTube Lefty, I was like, didn't I hear somewhere that he's sober now? But according to her, he's a junkie and he's going to OD on panel, and nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody's going to notice that he's gone, and nobody's going to notice when it happened. I mean, I felt bad for the dude, and I don't even know him, and I felt bad for the dude. You know, Cindy says, I also cannot watch active addicts on social media. It triggers me, and not much triggers me either. Yeah, that is the one thing that gets me. Yep, when you least expect it, right, Black Swan? Yeah, and the NA and AA meetings, I couldn't do that. That was not me, you know. That just was not for me because that it triggered me. I cannot sit there in a room full of people in any stage of recovery and listen to stories of using. I can't do it. You know, that's good. That's good, Deadly. And you know, people, and I've also heard Bambi say this, that taking Suboxone or Subutex or methadone is the quote unquote easy way out. It's not easy. It's not easy to take that step. It's not easy to take the step from active addiction to any of these MAP medications for recovery. Yeah, it's very judgmental, and I know I couldn't either. No, no. But it's not easy to take that. It's not even a step. It's a leap into recovery. And I remember when I first wanted to get sober, and first it was methadone. And we'll talk about another time why I chose methadone, because that's just a story for another day. But first it was methadone, and I was on methadone for 5 years, and I went cold turkey on 75 milligrams, and yeah. And then it was a couple years later whenever I looked into Suboxone, and I've been on Suboxone ever since. But it's not easy. And even though you're taking, methadone, Suboxone, Subutex, whatever, it's like a slippery slope to back. If you're not 100% have your heart in it, you can, it's easy to relapse, and thank goodness I have close to November will be 10 years that I've been in recovery, and I believe I'm strong as fuck. You know, I am strong as fuck for being in recovery for close to 10 years. I'm not weak. I'm not weak minded because I take Suboxone. And here's another misconception that I also heard that Suboxone and methadone are for short term use. Wrong. Wrong. It's there for as long as you need it. As long as you need it. And there will be some people who will be on these MAT medications for the rest of their lives, and that's okay because that's what some people need. If that's what somebody needs to be alive and to be a functioning member of society, then so fucking be it. So be it. That does not make one person any better than the other. It's crazy. Exactly. Why would there be maintenance programs if they're only for short term use? Exactly. And that's what I'm in a maintenance program. And whenever I am ready, I will speak to my doctor, speak to my therapist, and I will start coming down on my Suboxone. But until that day, I'm going to stay taking what the fuck I'm taking, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Ghost of Shadows. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Sophie Queen Cindy went cold turkey off 90 milligrams 25 years ago, and no, thank you. Recovery is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And I every time, and Deadly, I'm going to call you out here, buddy. I'm going to call you out. You know, I like you, you know, and you're my friend and all the things, but I hate hearing these words come out of your mouth because I feel like you're talking straight to me. Because I am also like the person that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to people? I am that person on Suboxone for long term use. And I used to be that junkie. I did. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I did. I used to be that person. But I don't even know that person anymore. I don't even know who that girl is anymore. I am a totally different person now. And my husband too. My husband's also in recovery. He has almost as much time. I've been sober a little longer than him, but not by much. And I'm proud of him. I am proud of my husband for the man that he has become being sober on Suboxone. Like I was literally homeless. I was literally homeless, strung the fuck out. I'm sick of hearing it. That's all. That's it. I'm sick of hearing junkie and worthless and Suboxone. If you take Suboxone, you're weak because you can't just stop doing it and be fine. It's just I hear it. I've heard it every day for like what 2, 3 weeks now, and it's just like come the fuck on. Thank you guys. I am. I'm very proud of us because me and my husband were both homeless, not together, before we met each other. At different times in our lives, me and my husband were both homeless. I've been to jail. My husband was in prison for 3 years. And, it's just That girl would never dream to be in me standing here right now in a home that I'm buying, that I'm renovating, not have to worry about anything. A new car in the fucking driveway. I can go shopping if I wanted. I can do whatever. That girl would never dream in a million years that she would be standing here right now. And it is not easy to do. Us in recovery, we're the strong motherfuckers. We're the strong ones. Okay? We're anything but weak minded. We're anything but fucking weak over here. And it's insane. The things that I hear come out of people's fucking mouth on YouTube. When if you were standing face to face with that person, you wouldn't open your fucking mouth. And a lot of the people in my chat, a lot of people that are subscribed to me are also in recovery. Like we have a nice little, support system going on over here if we need it, and that's it. It's a daily challenge we choose to take on. It is. And hey, Crystal, no, that's it. They couldn't deal with half of what we've had to deal with in our lives. And I believe that there is a reason that we have gone through what we have gone through to be standing where we are today. We're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones to dance with the fucking devil and live to tell our stories. Like we're anything but weak. And this has been on my mind and on my heart for days now, for over a week now. I've been wanting to speak on this, but I'm not. I'm just not. Thank you, Jen and Barrett. I'm proud of you, Sophie. It helped my niece. I wish there was similar help for alcoholics wanting recovery. I wish anyone actively addicted would hear when they point fingers. Nonsensical. Mm-hmm. Overcoming my addiction made me a better person because the gratitude I now possess. Exactly. I I am so grateful to be where I am now in life. And my parents, my husband's parents, well, his dad, his mom, fuck her, but my parents are so proud of me. They are, they're grateful I'm still alive. And if it took Suboxone to keep me alive, bravo. My husband's dad is so proud of him. Like, so proud. I love you. I love you, Reagan. Like, addiction and recovery is something that I'm very passionate about. And I don't speak on it more than I want to. And yes, you've told me that, Reagan, you have. And hearing Deadly say the things that he says about himself, It gets to me. Now I know a lot of you guys don't like Deadly, and that's totally fine. But I see something in him that a lot of you don't see. And I don't want him to die from drinking too much or doing something stupid while he's drunk or being on the other side of addiction now and I can see how great life is now. I want that for everybody. And Dudley's young, and I hope that he gets help while he's young because there is a great life waiting for him. Hmm. Don't you know who that is? I know, I know, Crystal, and it's hard. It's not easy, you know. And like yesterday afternoon when Dudley was live, like I I I kind of enjoyed his live because it wasn't he wasn't drunk and he wasn't, you know, all of these things by people weren't being said, and I enjoyed it. You know, it's like I get up like super early in the mornings and like 4:30 early in the mornings, and I'll listen to, you know, live streams that I missed from while I was sleeping, and I'll hear Deadly, and it hurts my heart. It does. It hurts my heart. I know Martin's mommy. I know. And I think, I know it did me good, and I'm hoping that it did Deadly good when I came up on his panel a few days ago and just like spoke my mind and spoke how I thought and all of that. I don't know. But I've known Deadly for a long time, and we've not always been okay during the time I've known him. But I don't know. I see potential in you, kid. I know you're listening, and I see potential in you, and I'm not giving up. That's all I'm going to say. And there's no difference in somebody who is addicted to alcohol and somebody who's addicted to drugs. There's no difference. It's all addiction. I know, Jesse. I know. I know. I know that. It's all addiction. It's addiction across the fucking board. Just because you can go to the fucking convenience store and buy alcohol doesn't make the addiction any different. Doesn't make it any easier. Doesn't make that addiction any fucking better. But I've been wanting to speak on this for over a week now. And I've almost spoke on this a couple of times, but I knew that I would get emotional and I've not. I've just not. Yes, it's all addiction and it's all pain. Exactly, Charlotte. I know, Jesse. I know. I know. And, because I was that person. For a long time, I didn't want help. For a long time, I didn't think I needed help. But when I realized that I needed help, I wish that there was somebody there for me. And it's also genetics, right, Black Swan? It's also genetics. I became an addict. It all started because of fucking pain pills from a car accident. A car accident that I shouldn't be standing here from right now. I should be 6 feet under right now, but I'm not. I've overdosed almost close to a handful of times and I'm still fucking here. Like, there's a reason I'm here. And that's what started it. I wasn't out partying and, did this and did that. No. I was driving to fucking work and got into a car accident. That's all it took. And like Cindy was talking about on her live, her members only live earlier, and like Shyla just said, it's genetics. Genetics plays a big part in addiction, whether it's alcohol or drugs or whatever. I understand. I know. I know you do, and thank you. Yeah, Shyla, pain meds from surgery prescribed by a doctor. It's far too common. It's more common than people think that it is. And that doesn't make us any better or any worse than people that were out partying and experimenting. And that's it, Michelle. That's why they shouldn't judge because they can find themselves in that situation one day. 1000%. I probably never would have done drugs ever in my life if that car accident didn't happen and the pain pills were, shoved down my throat and whatever. Not literally shoved down my throat, but you know what I'm saying. I probably never would have done the first drug. Now, it's different for my husband. My husband was one that, experimented with friends and one thing led to another and whatever. But that doesn't make me any better than him, and that doesn't make him any worse than me. Right? So please, calm down with the fucking junkie shit. Please. That's all I ask. Calm down with the junkie shit. Stop it with, if you have to take Suboxone, Piper. No, no, no. No cat food for you, ma'am. No, 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 ma'am. Stop with if you have to take Suboxone to get off a drug, then you're weak, because it's not true. It's not. No, Shyla, no. Look at addiction in general. Do we shame shopaholics, gambling addicts, food addicts? It's all the same. When you strip it down to the bare bones, it's all addiction. And Kendra's daughter, I'm so proud of that girl. And I don't even know her. And I'm proud of that girl because she realized she had a problem and she seeked out help and she's doing the damn thing. I believe I was dependent on pain meds as a child, as I had an illness that caused pain. The main reason today that I will not take anything stronger than ibuprofen, and the reason I have a high tolerance for pain. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah, um, and I don't even like taking ibuprofen, y'all. I don't. I hate going to the doctor. I do not want to take medicine. Not even. I will suffer with a headache all day long before I'll go to the medicine cabinet and get ibuprofen. I know you do, Kendra. I know. My sister has a very addictive personality. Whoever she's around, the environment definitely determines for her behavior. Yeah, sunshine. And I hate that. That hurts my heart. There is, Sam. There is. And like I said, the amount of people in recovery, it's far more than you guys listening. It's far more than you would realize. Like, look at all these people in my chat. And there's many more that's not in my chat right now that is in recovery. Yes, Flex One, he does. He does have the addiction gene. He does. He does because he speaks about his mom who, was addicted to pain pills. And his dad, I don't know. He doesn't speak about his father much. But I do know that his mother also struggled with addiction and recovery. And that's another thing, mental illness. Mental illness. A lot of people in active addiction, even in people in recovery, struggle with mental health. There's a lot of there's things that people wanna cover up and hide from, and their way of doing it is drugs and alcohol. Oh, Michelle, thank you for the $10 super sticker, my girl. Thank you. It's amazing how the people who judge are only one injury away from being us. Exactly. And that's what I said, karma has a strange way of putting you in that person's shoes. Whether it's you and an injury or, somebody in your family or somebody, a close friend or something, you addiction is too widespread for it not to touch every household in some way. It is a vicious cycle, Ghost of Shadows. It is, unfortunately, it is. And you guys stay on top of your mental health. Yeah, self-medicating. Yep. It's extremely hard to be raised by addicts. I'm so thankful mine stayed under wraps and my kids never felt the effects of mine because it was short-lived and I maintained it for the most part. I'm proud of you, Shala. I am. And, I didn't know my biological father that well. Um, but I do believe that my addictive genes came from my dad. My mom's not, I've never known my mom to, you know, excessively drink or to take drugs at all. And me and my brother both are in recovery. But I do believe it came from my dad's side of the family. Oh, Shyla, so sorry to hear that. But yeah, that went on a tangent and a whole thing there. But I'm so sick of hearing it. And what I heard this morning that Bambi had said about Mob Tube Lefty, I was like, it hurt my heart. It did. It hurt my heart. And like I said, a little bit ago, like that's one person on YouTube that I can't watch. Which Dudley said that he now takes Sobitex, which I wish he was taking Suboxone because there is a difference there. But he's taking steps to better himself. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And whether you don't like somebody or not, have a little kindness for people. You know, I don't know. That's that. I kind of feel weird going back to listening to Heidi now after all of that, but I had to say something. Makeup, and it's a thing, Sunshine. It's a total thing. There are people, especially now with all the influencers on, TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and blah 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 blah. You have to have the best of the best, and if this person has it, I want to have it, or you just see something now and it's like, oh, I like this, but wait a minute, I like it's a thing. Yeah, have a heart for people. Yeah, no matter what comes out of his mouth, no matter what he puts in his body, he's still a person. That's that. I was addicted to tattoos for a while, so it can be anything. Excuse me. I've traded my addiction for collecting random things obsessively: crystals, makeup, books, art supplies, and plants. Yeah. And whenever me and my husband, we're both in recovery, and whenever we see the other person, going a little out there or a little too far with anything, we kind of like, put the other person in check, you know, like for a while, me and my plants, like during quarantine, like that's what I did. I ordered plants, and I had plants all over my house, and my husband's like, ma'am, think you might have a problem. And the same thing with my husband and tools for work, tools for the garage, tools, just tools. And we've kind of had to reel the other one back in a little bit with different things, and it's because we have that addictive personality, and we do things without realizing that we're doing them. And yes, you're right, Ghost of Shadows. YouTube can be addicting. YouTube can be very addicting. It can. And we have seen that with people. We all have seen that with one person or another. The addiction to YouTube. Too much of a chicken. Well, it only hurts a little bit, Michelle. Well, I lied. It hurts a lot in some places, but like legit, like thank goodness my husband, does tattoos because I would not have been able to afford the art I have on my body. Like he's like literally, some of you guys know this, some of you don't, but I've literally got a tattoo on the left side of my body from my ankle all the way up to my armpit. Just one big continuous tattoo. And then now I've got other tattoos just like scattered all over my body. But that tattoo will go from my armpit, wrap around my shoulder, and down my arm. So yes, I was addicted to and it wasn't the tattoos, it was the pain I was addicted to. And me and Shyla has talked about this in the chat before about tattoos and the pain, you know. And it's the pain that you're looking for. It's like I don't know, I can't explain it. I've had to practice a lot of self-talk about spending. I'm an emotional shopper, right, Black Swan? Yeah. So I wasted my money on makeup and clothes. Wish I had more tattoos. And like I said, good thing my husband does good tattoo work, or I wouldn't have most of this on my body. If not for my dad, I wouldn't be able to afford them all. Tens of thousands of dollars, literally, Shyla. Yeah, literally tens of thousands of dollars. Jen and Barrett says, I grew up in a family of alcoholics, a real mean one too. My mama ended up drinking and hiding it to cope with the stress of it. Not addicted, but got it become her coping method, I guess. Right, Jen and Barrett. Yeah, the majority of tattoo addicts were self-harmers at one point in their life. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. Hey, Brittany. I will, Brittany. I will. Um, those of you that are in my plant group chat on IG, the plant lady link that I sent you guys last week and says, she started to do live streams and stuff. Yesterday she did a live and she has psoriasis really bad and she's been on like a health journey the past, I guess, year, maybe a little bit longer. But she started eating better, watching what she put in her body. She's working out and all these things. And she's noticed eating more whole foods and less processed foods. Her psoriasis has almost gone away. She said that she's going to do a dedicated video on it. Hopefully she does it sooner than later. But she's going to do a dedicated video on it to, tell all the things that she's learned. And when she does, I'm going to send it to you, Brittany, but I'll probably share it on my community tab too. Excuse me, for those of you that have psoriasis and could use some help with it, because medicines always don't work. I heard eggs were bad for psoriasis. I stopped eggs and smoking. She said carbs, Brittany, carbs like bread and stuff. She stopped having carbs and it helped a lot. But when she does that video, I'll definitely send it to you. Never did get tattoos. I was a criminal at one time in my life. Didn't want unidentified markings. I was addicted to the thrilling of crime, and yeah, I get that. 7 years, good for you, good for you. But I see that not wanting any distinguishing marks on your body, tattoos, scars, all the things. Yeah, I'm proud of you, Ghost of Shadows. The food in America is so bad. It is, Sam. It is. Chemicals that are banned across Europe are okay there. That's a whole other topic. You're right. You're so right. I think my daughter has a small psoriasis patch on her scalp. Oh no, Shyla. Oh no. It was emotional but healing. Yeah, Shyla. So, so baby, if you hear this, I don't know if you listen to me, but please calm it down with the junky stuff and the weak-minded, what? Please. Thank you, and I feel for you as well. Crazily, I married an alcoholic. I left after 12 years, so I understand standing by someone. He got sober for 10 years. He passed away in May. Oh, Jen and Barrett, I'm so sorry. Hi, Heather Diane. How are you? Yes, the fresh food. Yeah, right, Christina? Um, like right, when things started getting crazy in 2020, I started switching up what I ate and stuff, and I started eating more, fruits and vegetables and fish and less processed food and like, beef and chicken and all of that. I feel better. My husband feels better. Um, I did like slack out for a while and was eating not meat, but like processed foods and stuff just because it was easy. But I've gotten back to the good stuff, and and yeah, I feel a lot better again. Yeah, Sam, I agree with that. Yeah. Mhm. That food is designed to be addictive. Exactly. How come there's like a gym pretty much on every corner, but everybody's still obese? Uh, uh, that's like a whole nother topic. My life is in chaos anymore, so I've vicariously through because deep down I miss it. I hear you, Ghost of Shadows. I hear you. And my husband, he was the same way. It was like, the adrenaline rush and the thrill of doing the act of, you know what I'm saying? And it got him in a lot of trouble. And sadly, he is still digging himself out of said trouble. Of course, it's all money, but still digging himself out of trouble. Yeah, healthy food is expensive and junk food is cheap. That's it. That's it. Um, and even my dogs now, like the past few weeks, I spoke about this a little bit at the beginning of my show, but I started making their dog food because I don't like the processed food that I'm feeding them. I want my animals to be, healthy and live a long time and feel good. And I gotta watch what I put in their bodies as well. You burned 800 miles yesterday. My husband, he has a Fitbit that he wears to work. Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, who was it? Shay and Cindy's chat earlier was talking about people being charged in the death of Matthew Perry, and this goes along with the addiction and recovery stuff, right? And dirty doctors. Matthew Perry death charges against two doctors. Uh, let's say it says ketamine queen and personal assistant. It's on TMZ. Hold on, I'm going to send this to my Instagram. And then we can look at it real quick. I took her off her bedtime nap in case that was difficult. She doesn't fall asleep until 6 a.m. Oh, Shyla. Yeah, Kendra, do that. You know, do some research. Do some research and, you know, make sure it's good whole foods that you're putting in it and make sure it's everything that she would need in her diet. But yeah, most definitely. All right, let me go to my Instagram really quick. Because this is sickening. I read the first little bit of it. It's sickening. Matthew Perry death. 2 doctors. Perry's assistant. Ketamine queen arrested. It says, I wonder how much this moron will pay. Matthew Perry's, this was at 10:35 Pacific time. Matthew Perry's assistant, oh, it's going to.
Year, law enforcement, my office, and our partners represented on this stage began an in-depth, wide-ranging investigation. That investigation has revealed a broad, underground criminal network responsible for distributing large quantities of ketamine to Mr. Perry and others. This network included a live-in assistant, various go-betweens, 2 medical doctors, and a major source of drug supply known as, quote, the ketamine queen. We charged 5 defendants in this matter. These defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyways. In the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting off Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being. The 2 lead defendants in this case are defendants Salvador Plasencia and defendant Jasvin Sanya. First, I'll talk about defendant Plasencia. Defendant Plasencia was a medical doctor. He worked with another medical doctor, defendant Mark Chavez, to obtain ketamine. He then worked with Mr. Perry's live-in assistant, defendant Kenneth Iwamasa, to distribute that ketamine to Mr. Perry. Over 2 months, from September to October 2023, they distributed approximately 20 vials of ketamine to Mr. Perry in exchange for $55,000 in cash. Defendant Plasencia saw this as an opportunity to profit off of Mr. Perry.
Definitely, of course.
He wrote in a text message in September 2023, quote, I wonder how much this moron will pay. Defendant Sanya knew what she was doing was harming defendants and also Mr. Perry. She took advantage of Mr. Perry by selling large amounts of ketamine to Mr. Perry over a 2-week period in October of 2023. She sold approximately 50 vials of ketamine for approximately $11,000 in cash. She worked with a broker, defendant Eric Fleming, and also the live-in assistant, defendant Iwamasa, to distribute this ketamine. Defendant Sanya sold the batch of ketamine that resulted in Mr. Perry's death on October 28th. Officers later searched defendant Sanya's home. During that search, they found what amounted to a drug-selling emporium. They found 80 vials of ketamine, thousands of pills containing methamphetamine, cocaine, bottles of Xanax and other illegally obtained prescription drugs, and drug-selling paraphernalia, including scales and ledgers. We have filed numerous federal charges against the 5 defendants. These charges include conspiracy to distribute ketamine, distribution of ketamine resulting in death, maintaining drug-involved premises for that drug-selling emporium the defendant Sonia had, altering and falsifying records related to a federal investigation for those false medical notes and records that defendant Placentia made, and multiple other drug trafficking counts. Of course, the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty. The penalties these defendants face are very significant. With regard to defendant Placentia, the statutory maximum sentence he faces is 120 years in federal prison. With regard to defendant Sonia, the statutory maximum she faces is life imprisonment.
As she should. As she should face life. That's crazy. Well, thank you for renewing your membership, Shyla. Thanks for speaking on this today, Sophie. I didn't realize I needed it. Oh, thank you. That's what? That's whippets, right? You can get those like anywhere. Like the vape shops that I go to, they have the great big like bottles of that stuff in there. Like, I don't know, $20, $30, 40. I don't even know how much it is, but it's accessible. Oh, I would say so, Reagan. Everyone on those ledgers has to be scared shitless. And I want to know what other celebrities are on those ledgers. Probably Kendra, probably. I don't know. I mean, I can whenever I go back to the vape shop that my friend owns, I'm gonna ask him about it. See what he says. See if he has it, see how much it is, see how many people buy it. I'll let you guys know. Oh, I see Martin's mommy. Like a gas mask, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember ketamine when I was in high school. Never took it, but I remember. So yeah, this was unplanned. Hey, Geneva. I read your community post a little bit ago, Geneva. Yes, you did last night. Yeah, this was a conversation that was very unplanned, but see Dudley come in here while we were watching that, and he said thank you. You're very welcome, Dudley. I see something in you, Dudley, that you don't see in yourself yet, but hopefully one day you see it. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, this was very unexpected today. I did not think that was going to, I didn't know what Heidi was going to talk about, but hearing her talk about Bambi, it just felt like the right time to bring that up. And I did not mean to get emotional, but it's a topic that's very close to my heart, you know, and it's not okay. The Mickey Mouse voices. Oh, man. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. I've been live for almost an hour and a half. I'm going to go finish cleaning my car, change my shoes, and maybe I'll wash it myself. Get a little exercise. I did my workout this morning. I share my Geneva post you read, Sophie, on my community tab, so it's easy to find. All right, let me grab it. going to grab it and put the link in my chat. No, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. It's only letting me post it to my community tab, but have a good day, Black Swan. Thanks for hopping in and chatting with us today. Yes, Jim and Barrett. Deep breaths all. We've got this. We do. Everybody have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, Ghost of Shadows. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And I'll try and see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying